What has spiritual stones, a bad guy named Ganondorf, and came out 20 years ago? Yes, yeah, you got it. It was The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. The classic title for the Nintendo 64 has been getting a lot of attention on its 20th anniversary, and we didn't want to be the exception to that rule, lest we be thrown in the stronghold. And thus, as is our fashion, here is everything you need to know about the game in 2 minutes, with the help of Navi to start the timer. Released in November of 1998 in both Japan and the US, Ocarina of Time was the 5th installment in Nintendo's Legend of Zelda franchise. Nintendo also released a collector's edition, which, if you were lucky enough to get, contained a gold cartridge. The Nintendo 64 was groundbreaking for a lot of reasons, but this was the first time when fans of the Zelda series got to play in a full 3D environment. As always, players took on the persona of Link of Hyrule in an adventure meant to prevent the villain Ganondorf from using the wish-granting power of the Triforce. Navigating through 7 temples based around elements like water, fire, and time, players were tasked with freeing them from Ganondorf's control and finding 6 medallions by solving puzzles and defeating enemies. The titular game mechanic allowed Link to learn songs from the mysterious Sheik and then travel through time by playing said songs on, you guessed it, the Ocarina of Time. The game is also the first appearance of Sheik, who, in one of the greatest plot twists of all time, reveals that he's a she and not just any she. Sheik is Princess Zelda, the 7th sage. Ocarina of Time was an instant success, receiving rave reviews from critics, perfect or near perfect scores on aggregator websites, and selling 7 million copies at the peak of Nintendo 64's popularity in the late 90s and early 2000s. Even today, the title is considered one of the greatest and most influential games ever made. While its graphics are rudimentary compared to the lifelike ones expected from modern properties, Ocarina of Time is one of those games that so many childhoods are based on. Thanks to its massive success, the game was followed by a direct sequel called Majora's Mask less than 2 years later. Since then, Ocarina has been re-released several times with updated graphics for the GameCube, Wii, and 3DS. And time. If you have memories of all the happy and honestly, sometimes a little sad and bittersweet hours you spent with Ocarina of Time, we encourage you to commiserate about various temples in the comments. And thank you, Navi.
Hey!
Even though you're kind of annoying.
Listen!